Helen Crusader here, and welcome back to the channel. So this year is 100 years of cat, and there have been quite a lot of videos out there, including one of my own. And it's also 80 years of E27N. So last weekend was the Newark tractor show, and we took this one, which we call our Scottish tractor, because I bought it from the Scottish borders, so we nicknamed it Scottish tractor. So we're taking her to the Newark show to line up with all the other E27Ns that's there. So yeah, sit back and enjoy, and we'll catch you on next. So the shed's looking a bit bare. So we just got this one out, ready to put on the trailer for the Newark show. And this is the one we call our Scottish tractor. Bog standard in every way. So she's petrol and paraffin. Got the electric pack on it. And self-starter, of course, and wheel weights, linkage and lift. So nice tractor. I like this one because it is in original form, in working clothes. I've done a few P6s and bits and pieces, but this is just nice to have one the way it should be, and this is it. So I'm going to go out now in the dark and get it loaded up. Okay, so we're at the Newark show with the Scottish tractor, just getting all ready to unload. A lot of lorries and caterpillars and stuff all in the background. Trevor's just got his muck loader tractor unloaded. So we'll see you all at the weekend then. Okay, so we're in. We're now in the George Stephenson Hall with all the E27Ns. Might just be a better place to be, but some nice posh ones. Some old restoration ones. Original ones like mine. And these two here are nice original ones as well. Look, this one's a P6. That one's a TVA. But a nice one as well. Okay, right, I've got to go find a bit of wood to put under the tines of the muck loader. Catch you in a bit. So we're getting a fair collection of tractors in now. Yes, very strange. Just a single ram, just a bit like a tipping a trailer, really. Yes. This one that's running down here now, got a nice sweet sounding engine. That's the road that I'm in. And you've got the road down the middle. And the road down this side. Just a fair line up there down the middle of the George Stephenson Hole. Finishing off the Tom's tractor, look, with the muck loader on, single arm. And you've got 3 on this side, look. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 there. So I'm just going to count up, see how many there are. So the theme also this year is potatoes, and this is the Peterborough Farm Machinery Preservation Society, and they've got a few things to show. with the Fordson planter and the Fordson tractor, and different forms of spinners, and obviously all your weighing equipment and your rocker, just as it would have been back in the day grading tapes. I mean, they do the same again today, but all in-house with monster graders and an army of workers picking off. And but this is how it was done back in the day, out of a tater grave, out in the field, with the hessian sheeting up the side to stop the wind, and a little old petter or blister, you know, engine on the top, water cooled ones, and it'd be that cold the boys would wrap their hands on the side of the engine block because it was just like a kettle boiling away, and to take the numbness out of the fingers with picking tapes off. I mean, this particular one here we're looking at is it's a, you know, a hand-driven one. So you just see the handle there in the middle on the side, look, and the boys will be turning that, and they'll all take it in turns to turn that while people are picking off. So it's about, well, I won't say it's as primitive as it is, because the riddle before that is this one, and obviously you would get hold of this one and you can just shake this one about in order to you know, grade the tapes. Now I've got a few of these and similar at home, which is more on the lines of this one, like that you just stick it into the ground, same as this one, look, just stick it into the ground and hang your bag on. And this one would riddle, and when it riddled and your little tapes would drop through, your pig tapes would all dropped out, and you'd get hold of it, pick it up and chuck it in there for your bag. And there's your tater spinner. Lots of different forms of tater spinners before they got tater pickers. So we horse-drawn dobber. So makes the indentation for your spacings in order to put your tapes in. The boys and girls would have a chitting tray full of tapes, and they'd walk down the rows, pulling, you know, lifting the box between them, and taking the tapes out and putting them in the holes that this machine had dobbed. Tater plough, so again horse pulled, and you know, that would just ridge your tapes out and spill them out on each side, and then the pickers would go with their baskets and root around in the soil, pick them up, and then the baskets would be picked up and chucked in horse cart, and then the horse cart would take it and put it in tater grave. Another form of riddle here, a very antiquated one, this one, like handheld. You want two strong men on this one, and you pick it up with the handles and give it a good old shake about, and even that, look, you know, just grab the handles, look, just shake it about, and you know, sort of more violently than that, but I'll not do that with this. And you got two grades of tapes here, like your big ones on the top and your smaller ones to out the little hole there, and then you know, all your little pig tapes will drop out the bottom and on the floor. So unfortunately we were supposed to be on this stand with our tractors, and but they got short spaced. The idea was to have pretty much all this side of the shed, and when the time came, they got the job shortened up, so they had a big meeting with the stewards and to get sorted out, and we ended up having to leave this particular display and go into the Stevenson Hall with all the other E27Ns, which ain't a problem.
It's 29, so 20 minutes. This second day of the Newark track show will be open to the public.
which is not a problem, but you know, the guys that got sorted out were a display, and you know, the tractors, and they wanted to keep the display in some sort of order, and the theme of potato picking and setting, and then they had to cramp up a bit, so three of us, like I say, we had to go in the George Stephenson Hall to make room to see what they've got, you know, what they've got here now. But yeah, shame, but there you go. But sometimes you just have to set to and muck in with whatever happens on the day. So yeah, very good. So I looked at this P6 earlier, and with it having its number down there, it's telling me that this would have been, P6 would have been factory fitted. And I hadn't noticed before, somebody just pointed it out. It says fitted with Darlington diff lock. Well, I've seen pictures, I've heard people talk about them, but I've never seen one. And the only thing you can see of it is that lever. I'll go around the other side. So that is, lift that one up, and what it does, it works a pinion shaft in the back here and locks the two bull gears together to give you your diff lock. So it doesn't actually lock the diff in a sense, but it does lock the bull gears, and that gives you your live drive on each side. And I've never seen one before, and I've just been told there's another one here as well, so I'm going to go hunt him out. Okay, so it's not a pinion gear as I first thought it was. You can see there you got the two castellated collars bolted to the inside of the bull gears, and then you've got a slide collar between the two, which locks the two halves together, and that's operated by the central lever, which slides the you know, the slip collar from left to right over the castellated collars. So if you want to do modern tractors, apart from the one on the end, John Deere B. Now that's a John Deere B. Now mine's a B, but this one's a 6-speed. Okay, so this is a 6-speed, mine's a 4-speed. And the 6-speed's got a bigger flywheel. And they do run just that little bit nicer. And because it's got its gear on for the front mounted equipment, and one would be like Tatey ridges, or you know, ploughing tates back in after they put the tates in by hand, and then you'll plough them in. So like the land is ridged out, and they put the tates in the bottom of the ridges, and then they'll come in and plough the tops of the ridges out again to create ridges, but you know, to cover the tates. So and then the frame is all there with the cable on, look, so as it would work off the lift. And this is the lift. You put your foot on the pedal, and the lift works, and it'll come up and come down. Press it once, up, and press it once for down. But so we'll sort of come a long way from that when you look at what's next door with a 4350 John Deere, you know, and with all its spool valves and lift arrangement, you know, it's fields apart, as it were. So yeah, I mean, there's a good few John Deeres about. too new for me. This is more my line. Wartime tractors. Yeah, we'll not go there. Half track with the P6 in. It is, I was just looking to see what it was. It is a chase side. I was unsure whether it was a chase side or a mural, but yeah, I see it's on the front of a chase side. Missed that one. So there's a bit more towards the Tatey theme look. Got his boxes of Tates on the back. Probably just been picked out the field. And I've had early form of telehandler, I suppose, if you like, you know, just back up, and it's been designed so it would you know, just slide in under the boxes and pick them up. And obviously the bars come up and it these like and pick them up from there. Yeah, I've never seen that system myself before, but like all these things, you always learn so much as you go along. Okay, so that is a Massey Ferguson. And again, I've never seen one of them. I have a robot planter, and I've got another one. I can't think what the name is now. A Bruff. And I've seen the Fergie planters, but I've never seen a Massey one. Well, there you go. So that's another thing that'd be a typical of a Fenland day, and that's your D2, and it would have your Bowser and your box on the front with your funnel and your can and your oil jug and so on, grease gun, and very often you would see that like that, and on the back of that you would have a plough, and they'd take that down the road back in the day, and they go from field to field on the farm, self-contained, and just get on with the job. And of course the other thing he's got there as well, we'll go around this side. He's got a good board, a blacksmith's board almost by the look of it, of tools and the different shoes they've collected over the years. Look, blacksmith would have made. Yeah, very good. Now we'll just walk across to here. Now we've got the little Austin 7 lot with his truck back, and his little trailer, which would have been made out of an Austin 7 car axle, and no doubt that they would have done just what they've done here. They put the pig in or the sheep in, and took them to market, or even fetched them home from market. But It's just the way it would have been back in the day. Nice M&M. M&M, and the M stands for Malcolm, and it's the Malcolm's display. Even got the entry forms down here for Carrington. So I might just take one of them. Another Ransom's toolkit, look for the ploughs. Ransom seats. Ransom plough. Yeah. Nice display.